Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am here to give you my Walking Dead review from last week, which was on February 22nd, 2015. The reason why this video is a week late is because, this is the Walking Dead review. I don't know if I actually said what the video was, but it says that down below, so it doesn't really matter. The reason why I waited so long to do this video was because I was extremely busy. The night that the show came on, I wanted to watch, something else was on that night, so I wanted to watch that. And I figured I'm just going to record the show, and I'll watch it next week. Well, later on this week. But then I never got the chance because people were sleeping in this room where the DVR is. That's one reason. Homework. I was watching other shows, and Practical Jokers was on, so I wanted to watch that instead. So I really did not get a chance to even watch the show. So, yeah, that is that. But, yeah, I'm just gonna watch the show now, and when it goes to commercial, I'll pause it and, give my thoughts on what's going on in that portion of the show. I'm going to be making two of these today because I'm going to be making one for last week and then this week because it comes on again this week because it's going to be coming on again tonight. So let's see how this goes. I'll be back to give you my thoughts on the first part of it. Well, on this episode when it's time. Alright, so this Walking Dead is... Hold on. Gotta find it real quick. Season 5, episode 11. The season's actually almost over. I actually did hear that the final season is going to be 90 minutes long, which is awesome. So I wonder if that means something big's going to happen that season. I won't be able to watch it the day it comes out because, I have to watch something else that night. There's something else more interesting on. I'm not going to lie. I'm more interested in what's on that night than this show. Not that I don't like this show. It's like in my top 5 favorite shows, but, you know, I can just record the show anyways. But yeah, this is season 5, episode 11. It's called The Distance. I'm not really sure why yet, just because, I just started watching the episode. And, I actually, thank God they tell you what happens before the next episode, the episode you just saw, like they say, previously on The Walking Dead, because I really would not, I did not remember what happened at all last time, because I haven't watched it in like a week. So, how does it start? All the people, I guess the gang, I gotta call them, are just in the bone, and Sasha and Maggie bring Aaron, the new guy we just met, and, they took his weapons, they took his everything, all his supplies. Dale even checks him, and, he says that he has a community, and he'd like them to join, and it's not up to him to decide whether he can join or not. He's the one that convinces him to go back with them. No one, they don't, Rick says that thinks this guy, well, everybody thinks this guy is, bad. They're suspicious about this guy. I probably would be too. Dale hands him his backpack, and because he's taking pictures of this place, and they make sure everybody's safe. They make sure all the survivors are safe, and they took pictures of it. It's crappy photos because it was from an old camera, and it's a picture of like the wall, and nobody can get in, dead or alive. That just made me think of that song, Dead or Alive. And he just continues to tell him all this good stuff about this place. And then Rick just fucking punches him in the face. He just drops him. I thought that was awesome. And then the cut to the theme song. There might have been more stuff that happened, but he pretty much just explains what this place is. And it's a community. Everybody's safe there. You have to like audition for it, which he does mention that it does sound like it's a musical, but it really isn't. I instantly did think that right when I when he said that. I'm not really sure how they're going to audition for it. Yeah, that was about it. So I think this episode looks like it's going to be great so far. Just by that. So it looks like this is going to be pretty good stuff. So let's see what happens next. Personally, though, I think this guy I'm still suspicious about this guy, Aaron. I'm not really sure what he's like yet, but we're gonna see. I guess, as the episode plays out. All right. So the next thing that happens is Rick is like going through his guns, and Michonne's like, "Why did you do that? Just because you're suspicious about this guy?" Because Rick's suspicious about them. I'm gonna give my thoughts about this guy after each commercial, and they just think this guy is suspicious, and they find a flare gun, which is gonna be used to contact his people. So then the guy comes to. And Maggie isn't suspicious about this guy either, just because they could have jumped him when they were out there, but they didn't. He didn't. So then the guy comes to, and Rick's like, he's fine, get him up. So then Rick wants to know. So then the guy's like, I understand why you're suspicious about me, why you're being cautious. I understand that. And then Rick asks how many people are out there, because because he has a flare gun, so he can signal his people. And he says, and then the guy says, and I like this answer that he said, no matter what number I say. And then he just starts throwing out a bunch of numbers. You're not gonna believe me. And he says that these guys, Rick's people, aren't bad people. They're just they had a chance to turn on each other when they had no food and water, but they didn't. They stuck with each other. So then Dale's like, you've been following us? And he's like, yeah, briefly. So then Rick just asks, how many of your people are out there? And Aaron says 1. I wasn't expecting him to say 1, but okay. And Aaron's like, this place is legit. You really will be safe here. It's a community. It's the safest place in the world. And he says, we'll even drive you there myself. Me and my buddy. And Rick's like, we won't all fit in there. And he's like, well, we both took separate cars just in case. So then Rick says, and then he says that the storm got in the way, so they were gonna like leave or something. And Rick's like, you got this all planned out. So Rick's suspicious about this guy. So, but Michonne's not. Rick knows what he knows. Michonne says, we should just see what this place is, because then this is a place we can be safe. This is a place Judith can be safe. And Maggie wants to do it, so does Abraham, Rosita. So Rick lets them all do it. They're all going to go there. And if they're not back in an hour, Rick and Aaron are going to go find them. And even Rick said that Michonne's way is the hard way. And Michonne says, your way is the hard way, because we'll all starve and die. But then everybody except Rick and Aaron leave. They're going to be in groups of 2s. And Aaron tells them where he used to work. He worked at a NEG or something like that. And he had to deliver some medicine to people. And they always stuck guns in their face because they were bad people. But he knows, you're not bad people. You guys won't kill people, and neither will mine. And Rick says, just because we're good people doesn't mean we won't kill you. Because he says, if my group isn't back in an hour, I'm going to stick a knife in your skull. So he pretty much threatens him here. I thought this was all great stuff. I'm actually not as suspicious about this guy as I was. He does seem like a decent guy. I still am sort of suspicious about him because we still haven't seen what this place is yet. This could all be a trap. You never know. But we'll see. But I actually did enjoy this scene. So let's see what happens next. Alright. I'm actually eating an ice cream sandwich. As I'm making this part of the video, I'm going to eat part of it. And you can't say I'm being fat, because I'm not even fat. I'm like skinny, as probably skinnier than most of these people in the show. But this ice cream sandwich is just awesome. I love it. what was I? Oh, the Walking Dead episode. See, I forgot what I was talking about. Trying to remember. Oh, so Glenn, Abraham, Sasha. I think Sasha went. I don't remember who. So it was. Let me check, because I just got lost with that ice cream sandwich. Not gonna lie. That's how good it is. I can't believe it's been a week since I missed a lot. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can pause. Alright. So, Rosita, Glenn, Michonne, Maggie, and Abraham. I don't know why I said Sasha. I thought Sasha would go. While walking, and Michonne says, these people could be legit. They could just be coming out to say hello. And Glenn's like, well, they're not going to be coming out to say hello. We're 5 people with guns after all we've been through, after all we've done. And they're also suspicious because Aaron's been following them everywhere. And then Michonne's like, well, we saved a priest. We saved a crazy old lady from Woodbury. And you saved a crazy lady with the sword. So we're not completely gone, which I liked that scene. And then as they're walking, we see somebody's watching them. It's probably Aaron's friend. So this makes me suspicious about Aaron now. And then Judith is crying. She wants food. And Rick's trying to mash up peanuts or something to, so she can have food because she can't eat peanuts whole because she's a baby. So then Aaron tells him that there's applesauce in his backpack. So Rick goes to grab it, and he gives him the apples, and Rick forces him to eat the applesauce, which I knew was gonna happen. And Aaron's like, you think I would try to kill your daughter? And he says, not kill, make her sick, something like that. And he says, you have me tied up, I'm not that bad. But he's forcing him to have it. He's like, believe me. He's just trying to convince himself she doesn't have to eat it because he hated it. His mother would always force him to eat foods he didn't like, and one of them was applesauce. And he said he just found it. But he does eat it, and I guess it's all fine. And then Rick feeds it to Judith. And Aaron also says that we are good people. We're not going to kill you. And I gotta have another ice cream sandwich. I can't stop thinking about that right now. But anyhow, what else happens? Back at Michonne's part of the town. Okay. Put the wrapper right here. Back in Michonne's part of town, they come across a camper and a car. And Mick says that Mick was even counting down the time. Oh crap! Just got a huge brain freeze. Then they hear someone come out from the woods and says not a step further. They're pointing guns at him, but it ends up being zombies. And Abraham and Rosita killed them, but Rosita was kind of acting suspicious about it. So what happens is Abraham and Rosita clear out the RV or camper or whatever, and they find a crap load of spaghetti, it's supposed to be SpaghettiOs, I think. And they talk about the story about how someone used to eat 3 cans of them. And then Abraham asks Rosita that night after he beat the crap out of Eugene, did you think I was going to hurt you? She says, no, that's not you. I don't know if there's going to be more utilized to that story, or if it's just going to be like that and then done. So then they bring the food, and Rick says, whether we go or not, this is ours. It's ours now. But Carl's like, why wouldn't we go? So then Rick says, so Michonne says that we're going, and if anyone feels otherwise, speak now. And Rick does say we're going, and they want directions on how to get there. And Aaron's like, well, I usually drive, but Michonne tells him that he's not driving, and there's an easier way to get there, but they're gonna go like the hard way. I don't know why. I guess maybe Rick's suspicious about him because he's telling him to go this way, but Rick is gonna go the other way because he's suspicious about this guy. He could be sending him on like a goose chase. And then outside, Michonne asks if Rick meant it, if he's actually gonna leave, or if he's just trying to see where this guy was. And Rick says that we're going, and he asked Michonne what she heard when she was outside Woodbury and Terminus, and she said nothing. And Rick says that this is a big decision he has to make because he has to bring his family into this place. He has to bring all these people, and then Michonne and Rick says that it's a big decision, but we're going. So, and he says he's gonna look outside. I'm assuming that this place is gonna be suspicious. I'm not sure. It looks like the place that they were just at with Noah, but it's not. But we're gonna see what this is like. I'm sorry I was distracted, by the way, with this ice cream sandwich. I should have waited, but I didn't want to. Alright, so Rick, Michonne, Glenn, and Aaron are all driving to this place. And Rick sees that he's collected license plates. And he says, I've collected license plates. I'm going to keep them in my house. And Michonne's like, you have a house? And he's like, yeah, look at the pictures. So then she looks at the pictures, which are crappy pictures, but, I mean, it's an old camera. But it looks crappy to me, but it doesn't look crappy to them. Michonne's like, why don't you take any pictures of your people? And then he says, well, I did, but I couldn't get it developed right or something like that. So this makes me even more suspicious. I'm like suspicious about this guy, but I'm not at the same time. And then Rick sees that he has this device that he's able to listen to him with. I forget what it's called, but we find out he's been listening to these people. And he's like, yeah. And we find out that his people have this device. So Rick knows the plan. So they have to turn around. They drive and run over a bunch of zombies. So much that you can't let the car just gets covered with, I guess, zombie blood. So then they're gonna they have to warn the others, and Rick they're already gone though, so they have no clue where they are. But then we see the flare gun get shot to signal them, and then we find out they shot, and Aaron freaks out. He's like, "Crap! I gotta get out of here! I gotta go!" And Rick's like, "Why?" So then, and then they did ask him the 3 questions, actually. I forgot to mention this before any of this happened. And we find out that he killed so many walkers he can't keep track. He killed 2 people because they tried to kill him. So then, they all run. Rick, Michonne, Glenn are all just killing a crap load of zombies. We see Glenn's killing them. And at one point, I thought Glenn was going to get bit because one zombie was going to ambush him. But Glenn sees it coming and he bounces his head off another one's head to kill it, like repeatedly. He doesn't just do it once and he's dead. He does it repeatedly. And then we see Aaron struggling. And Glenn saves him by stabbing him with his knife, and then he unties him. And Aaron's like, you can go. You can run if you want. I got other things to worry about. And then Aaron says, we can only make it together. Like, he says a line that Glenn said the last episode, and Glenn's like, and he says, you said that. And then it cuts a commercial, so let's see what happens now. This was great stuff. I'm suspicious about this guy. And we're going to see what happens here, though. Alright, this was actually a pretty awesome scene. So Rick and Michonne are just killing zombies. Rick uses the flare gun on one of them, which looks sick. And, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that the reason why I'm recording this part so late is because, my grandfather had to watch something in here. So, I actually can't watch the Walking Dead episode right. Well, actually, yeah, I can. It's recording right now, but it's going to be late just due to the fact that, it's going to be at 11. I had to stop recording. I recorded the 11 o'clock one, so, yeah, there you go. So, Rick uses the flare gun to kill one of them, and then there's just a crap load coming, and Rick runs out of bullets. So, Aaron and Glenn come up and kill all of them, and Aaron's like, I know you have to tie me up or something like that. I didn't see this. I saw this scene like 3 hours ago, so I don't know the exact words he said. And Rick says, no time. So then they can't find the people. Rick says, if this is a trap, your people are going to die tonight. So they head to the water tower. And Dale's whistling at them, so he finds them. They all reunite. And then Aaron says Eric. He starts saying that name. And then we see Eric. He's injured. He has a broken ankle. And we find out that Rick and... no, not Rick and Eric. Aaron and... Eric are in a relationship, so we pretty much find out that they're gay. I don't have a problem with gays, so I wasn't really like weirded out by it. I was shocked that he was gay. You could tell, probably tell that Eric would be gay, but not really Aaron. He got him like a license plate, but he lost the car, so he doesn't have his license plate. Which my grandfather probably would like Aaron because he's a license plate collector. And Eric said that I'd do anything for you because I love you. And then Rick sees this, and Aaron thanks them for helping him save Eric, and says that he owes him, and he's going to make sure you get all of it when you meet Alexander in this place. So we don't really know who Alexander's going to be yet. And then Aaron says that they're going to just, go to bed because no one wants to drive anymore and pick it up tomorrow. Rick tells him, though, that since we don't know you, you have to sleep in, like, the corner. But Aaron says that he wants to be by Eric because, and you're going to have to shoot me to keep me away from him. And Glenn then convinces Rick to let him sleep there. And that was the end of the scene. I thought it was decent. This section of the episode was pretty decent. I think there's like 2 more parts of it left, but this was pretty awesome stuff. I'm really enjoying this episode so far. Okay, so we see the people, the gang, all the groups driving to this place, and Noah hands Aaron some like medicines that Eric can take for the stuff, for his leg. And we find out Alexander, Noah tells him how he gets the leg injury if it was from a car accident. And we find out that Alexander is a great surgeon. He can help him out. So that was cool. And then they see like the city that they can get there. And Abraham says we'll make it. But of course the RV breaks down. So Glenn prints out another battery. And Michonne tells Rick that he doesn't have to fight anymore. He can let it all go. You don't need it to survive because, they're going to this new place and they're going to be just fine. And Rick tells him that Bob was telling him the same thing back at the church. And he said that he's ready. And the RV gets running. And before they leave, Rick says, I got to take a moment. And he puts like his gun into like a tea kettle that he finds in the woods. And then the gang makes it to the place, and they're going to go in. That was about it. So, I thought the ending was cool. As for the episode, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Aaron, meeting him as a character. It seems like he's going to be... He seems fine right now. I don't know. I'm still not really sure about this place yet, because they've been places before when they say they'd be good, like Woodbury, like Terminus, which they did bring up. That was why Rick didn't trust it. And in this episode, Carol did say, even though you were wrong, you were right. Because Rick didn't want to go to this place at first. But then he did it, for the people, for the group. So I don't know. I'm just going to watch the next episode and see how it plays out and give you more of my thoughts. But this episode I thought was pretty good. I like the stuff that just happened in this episode, like with Rick and Aaron. It moved very fast paced. It felt like it went from like meeting Aaron to like now they're already there. So I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode, which I'm gonna watch now. I'm gonna watch now. I'm gonna skip watching The Talking Dead because there's no real reason I have to watch it right now. So I'm just gonna delete it right now off the DVR actually. And then I'm gonna see what happened. The Talking Dead. Let me delete that right now. It's just because there's no real reason for me to watch that because I'm that next episode I can just watch right now. I'm gonna watch the trailer for it, see what it's like, and then I'm gonna get back and watch it. So I'm gonna watch the next episode and be back.